Most of you know that I have a dream that one day this green amphitheater will be the space of a future professional Shakespeare festival, including Sonoma Academy students and professional actors. So tonight's a preview of that.
It is I, Hamlet the Dane!
The devil take thy sword, Brady, take thy fingers from my throat! Though I am not splenitive and rash, yet I have in me something dangerous! Why, I will fight with him upon this theme until my eyes no longer wide!
I swear I love Ophelia. 40,000 brothers could not with all quantity of their love make up my sum. What wilt thou do for her?
Does all thus do is wine?
Cates of Cates, all my super dainty Cates. For all dainties are all Cates, and therefore take this of me. Cates of my consolation, hearing thy mildness praised in every town, thy virtue spoke of and thy beauty sounded. Yet not so deeply as to thee belongs myself, then moved to woo thee as my wife.
Moved in good time. Let him that moved you hither remove you hence. I knew at first you were immovable.
Why, what is movable?
A joined stool.
Thou hast hit it. Come, sit on me.
Asses are made to bear, and so are you.
Women are made to bear, and so are you.
No such a jade as you, if me you mean.
One drop of blood drawn from thy country's bosom should grieve thee more than streams of foreign gore. Return thee, therefore, with a flood of tears, and wash away thy country's stained spots.
What beast wast then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. Nor time, nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and yet their fitness now does unmake you.
So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail!
Stay, tell me more. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, and why upon this blasted heath you stop us with such prophetic reading. Stay, tell me more.
The earth hath bubbles as the water hath, and these are of them. Whither are they vanished?
Into the air, and what seems so corporal melted, as breath into the wind.
And what wilt thou do? Beg when that is spent? I pray you, leave me.
I will no further offend than comes to your goodwill.
Get you with him, you old dog.
Why then you left me? Who the gods forbid?
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt. 'Tis certain, 'tis nothing truer, 'tis no jest, that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Oh, me! You juggler! You canker blossom! You thief of love! What? Have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine, in faith, have you no modesty? No maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What? Will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue?
'Tis not your inky brows, your black silk hair, nor bugle eyeballs, nor your cheek of cream that can attain my spirits to your worship. You foolish shepherd, wherefore do you follow her like foggy south puffing with wind and rain? You are 1,000 times a proper man than she a woman. 'Tis such fools as you that make the world full of ill-favored children. 'Tis not her glass, but you that flatters her. And out of you she sees herself more proper than any of her lineaments can show her. But, mistress, know yourself down on your knees and thank heaven, fasting for a good man's love. For I must tell you, friendly in your ear, sell when you can. You are not for all markets.
I do defy thy conjurations and apprehend thee for a felon here.
Wilt thou provoke me? Then have at thee, boy. beseech thee, youth, put not another sin upon my head.
A madman's mercy bade thee run away.
Insufferable bellywort. Prepare to meet your doom.
Ha! 'Tis a pity thou art so clumsy. Ah! Oh! I'm slain! What have I done that thou darest wag thy tongue in noise so rude against me?
Such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue hypocrite, takes off the rose from the fair forehead of an innocent love, and sets a blister there, makes marriage vows as false as dicers' oaths.
I mean, what act that roars so loud and thunders in the index?
Look you here, upon this picture, and on this the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See what a grace was seated on this brow. This is your husband. Look you now what follows. Here is your husband, like a mildewed ear, blasting his older brother. Have you eyes? Could you leave this fair mountain to feed and batten on this moor? Ha! Have you eyes? You cannot call it love, for at your age, the heyday in the blood is tame. It's humble, and waits upon the judgment.
Let me see your face. Have you any commission with your lord to be in negotiation with my face? You are out of your text. But we will draw the curtain to show you a picture. Look you, sir. Is it not well done?
Excellently done. If God did all.
'Tis in grain, sir. 'Twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly bent, whose nature's own sweet and cunning hands lay on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive if you lead these graces to the grave and lead the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventory, with each utensil and particle labeled to my will.
I'll budge for no man's pleasure, I.
Romeo! The hate I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
I do protest I never injured thee!
I'm hurt. They made worms meat of me. The plague on both your houses.
Alive in triumph, and Mercutio slain. A thyroid fear may be my conduct. Now, Tybalt, take thy villain back!
Thou wretched boy, thou which did consort him here, shall with him hence!
That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo doff thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all thyself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou, thus bescreened at night, so stoutless on my counsel?
By a name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, for it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear thy word.
Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow, that I should say good night till it be morrow.